Hey, it's Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. Today's the 8th, August 2017, and I want to show an update on our grow system. That's what I call it, the grow system. And what it is, it's a 300-foot long field, 100 feet deep, totally fenced with woven wire so I can put pigs in. Also has electric at the root of the fence, so I can safely put pigs in here. You see on the outside it's lawn, so if the pigs get out there I got problems. And you know, my wife's garden's over there, so I'd have problems, but I can safely put pigs in here. And this summer having pigs in here, we've had them in for about 2 months, didn't have any problems. And the reason for that is the electric right at the root of the fence. If you see it right there. Right there. 1 foot up, 1 foot out. Creates no problems. All right, this is the section where the pigs were for the last 2 months. All right. When I put them on, this was weedy as can be. And this section of it was probably the poorest. It was the sandiest and had the least success with growing last year on it. So I decided to start here. What you're seeing is like the surface of the moon, right? But as soon as I put a cultivator in that and turn that up and fluff it up, it's really gonna look like Colorado. You know, it's gonna look really good. And the reason for that is there's so much organic material in it now. For the last 2 months, you know, we've fed here twice a day. There's a good 30 pigs in here. They're big now. About 5,000 pound bales of hay went into here. Probably about the same number of straw. And the straw that I had was left over from a long time ago, and it was pretty gross. They don't care. They go through it and they eat it and they manure it back out. Right here is where I think we fed quite a bit. So it's kind of stinky and ugly, but you won't see any of this after I'm done with the cultivator. Once I go through it, it'll look really, really nice. So I'm gonna do that here pretty quick. I did not irrigate at all yet this year because we've had really nice rain. It seems like it always comes at night. Done really well with it. Okay, section number 2. This is Dave's garden. He's had a few things going. He hasn't really kept up on his weeding, but he's got a lot of stuff out there, a lot of produce out there, and it's doing really well. And section number 3, I planted fodder radishes in, and I haven't used them before. The tops look familiar to me, but I just haven't used them, so I don't know how they're gonna do. I planted more than I needed in here, but the bag got wet. I was gonna put it in, but I got sidetracked with something, and then it rained. The seeds all got wet, so when I did sow them in, they were kind of clumpy and they didn't do really well. But you know, this system is really forgiving. In between where there are no radishes, weeds came up and they filled in right there. And the weeds are good too. There's nothing wrong with the weeds. I would rather it be all stuff that I planted, but Mother Nature takes up the slack if I don't do something perfectly correct. So I'm gonna leave this go for a little while. I'm gonna see how it comes up. If I see that the leaves are starting to get spiky and brittle, I know that the pigs won't really like them as well, and I will want to get pigs on that quick and get that eaten down. I don't want to waste it. It's a really good feeling when you're feeding livestock to get a rainstorm on a field like this, and then nice sun like today, and you know this stuff is just gonna go crazy. The nutrient in this soil is real heavy, and these radishes will just really be able to suck up a lot of that nutrient. And we don't lose it. You know, we'll put it through the pigs. That they'll create pork with it, but they'll take out of it what they need, and then a lot of it will go back. And when we're feeding the pigs on this field, we're keeping a balance of the nutrients. You know, it's very important to do this. You have to do the growing part of it because the soil needs to go through that cycle of growing in order to keep it in balance. That field over there, after I pull the cultivator through that, I'll show that because it'll be beautiful soil. I mean, you'll want to just lay down in it. It'll smell nice and everything. It'll just be gorgeous. And then I'll get that sown in as well. And that'll be a little bit later crop. The last crop will actually be probably Dave's garden here. And that'll be after Dave gets all of his stuff off of it in the fall. But we'll definitely have that covered and have a lot going there. Think of all the things that you've grown that just grow like crazy, and you just don't know what to do with all that you get of it. And I'm thinking zucchini right now. I don't even think we plant zucchini. I think people throw them in our car windows if we leave the windows down at different places. There's so much zucchini around. We can only eat so much. My kids don't actually like it, but the pigs love it, you know. So a field like this, solid zucchini, can you imagine that? And then turn a bunch of pigs in on it. I mean, they would be happy with it for months, just months. And then the seeds would fall on the ground and it would seed itself back. And before long, you'd have a zucchini field. That'd just be an awesome idea. I just thought of that. But I'm real happy with the way this is going. Yeah, I am selling this farm for sure. And the next owner may not want to do this, but I'm definitely going to take this technology with me to the next place that we go to. And you know, I said this one time to my wife, and she keeps bringing it to my attention that I said this. But Baker's Green Acres really isn't a place, it's an idea. And the idea is anyone can farm. This is Mark from Baker's Green Acres.